Stop right now. There is a truth you must hear immediately before it's too late. Your soulmate shared your photo. What happened next changed everything. The door of destiny is closing very fast, and you are the only chosen one to receive this sealed message. If you scroll past this screen, the miraculous connection that was just established will completely shatter. Your photo wasn't just seen. It was just put in front of someone crucial. A chilling silence is enveloping their space right now. A secret was just exposed the very moment they looked at you through the frame, and your accidental departure will forever bury this sacred opportunity. You must stay until the very last seconds of this message. Decrees from the divine never reveal everything to those who are in a rush. A miraculous arrangement has been set in motion. But to fully unlock what God is speaking about your own destiny, you must patiently go to the very end. An incredibly tiny detail, yet carrying the power to overturn all order, is waiting to be revealed right at the end. Don't let any distraction rob you of the answer you've been desperately seeking. The moment your photo was brought out, no one uttered a word of judgment. Instead, an invisible vibration suddenly struck the other person's mind, making all of their most impenetrable defensive shells instantly collapse. They were stunned to realize a truth they had spent years trying to evade. That act of sharing wasn't a mere coincidence. It was a catalyst unlocking a dormant realm of the mind. Their next decision will trigger a chain reaction. But the core hidden behind that upheaval is still waiting for the chosen one to step forward and witness it for themselves. The greatest secret behind that action is only given to those who have enough faith to complete the journey. At this hour, the energy of the universe is converging, demanding that you have an absolute spiritual union. All paths have led you to the chosen one prophecy. God has destined you for this message, and it is time for your soul to be enlightened. Take a deep breath and activate your faith right in this radiant moment. Anchor this secret frequency by leaving a comment right below with the words, "I receive this destined message to confirm your presence." The light has begun to guide the way. Stay steadfast until the final second to witness firsthand the great secret about to change everything. Chosen one, listen very carefully to every word that follows. The moment your photo was brought to light didn't happen in a noisy or rushed setting. It happened in a moment so quiet that one could clearly hear every panicked heartbeat from your soulmate's own chest before the phone screen was pushed over for that third person to see. Your soulmate had to go through a deeply agonizing internal battle. They had stared at your face hundreds of times. They subconsciously zoomed in on every feature, trying to find a rational explanation for the intense magnetic pull, tightening its grip on their mind day after day. But their logic was completely powerless. The craving to be understood drove them to the boldest decision. They brought out your photo, and the very second the other person's eyes touched your image, time in that room seemed to freeze. There was no comment on your looks. There was no scrutiny of your figure or outward appearance. The silence dragged on for a few more heavy breaths. It wasn't the silence of indifference, but the muteness of souls that had just been deeply shaken. Do you know what that person said? That person didn't see just a radiant face or a simple posture. That person looked straight into the depths of the immense energy radiating from you. That person exclaimed that they saw a strangely chilling piece, a figure that had gone through so many brutal storms, yet still kept a perfectly pure heart intact. That's right, chosen one. You have choked back tears in lonely, dark nights. You have collapsed and screamed, asking the universe why your utmost sincerity is always trampled and discarded. You thought the overlapping scars in your soul were an ugliness that needed to be hidden at all costs. But right in this very moment, through a seemingly lifeless photo, the brilliant light from your soul has pierced through all dimensions of space and time to touch exactly where it needed to touch. Just as 1 Samuel 16:7 so clearly declares, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." The divine has personally lifted the veil of fog, blinding those who belong to you. He made it impossible for them to look at you with mortal, judgmental eyes, forcing them instead to see you through the lens of absolute sacredness and empathy. Your soulmate was stunned. Their whole body felt like it was struck by a massive electrical current for so many days and months. They thought they were losing their mind. Constantly longing for someone who seemed so incredibly distant, They tried to bury your image under layers of busyness. They used work and other superficial distractions to cover up the massive void you accidentally created in their soul. But the moment the third person blurted out those words of validation, all of their strongest defenses shattered into pieces. There was no way out anymore. They realized they weren't being delusional or tricking themselves. The spiritual cord connecting you and them is real. It is so genuine and burns so fiercely that a complete outsider can feel its searing heat just through a still photo. You are standing at the epicenter of a divine intervention of the grandest scale. Destiny is accelerating at a terrifying speed, and no earthly force can hit the brakes on it anymore. Chosen one, please do not hesitate or doubt your self-worth for another second. The days of you having to shrink yourself down, feeling invisible in a world full of deceit, have officially been wiped out. The tremor in your soulmate's mind right now is so massive that it is sweeping through and rearranging their entire belief system, as well as all of their future plans. The rigid prejudices they once worshipped are being reduced to ashes by the fire of awakening. They are looking at you with eyes filled with awe and desire. You are not just one of many options, you are the only one. You are the final and only answer to the puzzle of life they have been desperately and hopelessly trying to solve. Feel the surging power flowing through every single word here. This energy is knocking on the door of your soul right now. You don't need to waste another drop of sweat or tear to prove yourself worthy anymore. The power of the Most High is operating everything on your behalf in a place far away. This massive energy shift is erupting at the exact split second you are listening to this message. Your soulmate is besieged by tens of thousands of conflicting thoughts. But deep within their heart, a seed of extreme determination is sprouting stronger than anything else. They are starting to tremble with fear, not fear of you. They are utterly terrified of losing you forever if they continue to hesitate and act cowardly. Every distant geographical barrier, every difference in living circumstances, all the noisy gossip of public opinion are now nothing but worthless specks of dust in the face of the supernatural tornado of realization that has just erupted. Absolutely do not allow past traumas to rebel against this brilliant truth. You have been personally appointed by the Creator to step into an incredibly sacred and powerful position in that person's life. When that photo was passed around, an immortal spiritual contract was signed between the guardian angels of both of you. The darkest days, the nights you languished waiting for a true love amidst overwhelming despair, have now been rewarded in absolute abundance. Right in this very moment, the universe is using its invisible hand to sweep away all obstacles blocking the path between you and them. Tonight, they will not be able to sleep peacefully. They won't be able to stop thinking about the profound depth in your eyes through that frame. The soul-piercing remark of that third person keeps echoing in their head, like a giant gong striking to wake them up instantly from their long slumber of cowardice. But do you know the most earth-shattering turning point isn't the fact that the photo was brought out? The game-changing twist lies in the fact that this event has unleashed a chain of spiritual synchronicities and shocking omens that they can no longer deny or avoid. Chosen one, take a deep breath and brace yourself for a superstorm of change. Everything will rush in very fast, very fiercely, and completely shatter every boundary that human logic could anticipate. The fact that you have remained steadfast up to this moment to absorb every word of this revelation is ironclad, undeniable music, proof that your soul is fully ready to claim its throne. But the terrifying truth that makes your soulmate completely collapse and surrender on their knees to destiny is still hiding right behind this, a secret so deep it takes your breath away. A plot twist they wouldn't dare think of even in their wildest dreams is about to rip through the night of ignorance. Don't take your eyes off the screen for a split second, because the moment this ultimate truth is unveiled, your life will veer into a completely new, blindingly glorious chapter. That terrifying secret is the collapse of all boundaries of reality around them. As soon as your photo was put away, your soulmate thought they could breathe a sigh of relief and return to their normal pace of life. They thought those overwhelming emotions were just a fleeting moment of weakness. But no, chosen one. Destiny never allows awakened souls to return to their dark, ignorant slumber. A massive butterfly effect was officially activated from that second, spreading with an unparalleled, unstoppable force, suffocating all their feeble attempts to escape. You have no idea that right in this moment, their entire world view is being violently turned upside down just because of your seemingly quiet presence. The following days turned into the most spectacular spiritual chase they have ever experienced in their entire life. Your silhouette no longer lies still in a narrow, lifeless digital frame. Your massive energy has spilled out, radiant and authoritative, weaving its way into the tiniest corners of their reality. Your deep eyes haunt them in their restless dreams every night, making them jolt awake, drenched in sweat. Your smile faintly reflects on the window pane every evening, making their heart clench. They take a walk on a crowded street and suddenly hear a stranger call out your exact name. They open an old book, and the first line that catches their eye is the life motto you once cherished. They turn on the radio and the melody that plays carries an agonizingly nostalgic ache, as if the entire universe is singing a hymn dedicated solely to the unnamed romance between you two. Everything around your soulmate is constantly screaming your name. There is no dark corner for them to hide from this fiery truth. No scientific reasoning or logical thinking can explain the dense and terrifyingly accurate siege of these omens. Listen to the rushed heartbeat of this transformation. This is when their proud logic is completely snapped and crushed. Your soulmate is someone who has always been smug about believing in logic, in meticulously mapped out plans, and in having absolute control over their life's trajectory. But now, standing before the immense power of the divine orchestration from the Creator, all their analytical efforts become meaningless and laughable. They begin to torment themselves and scream inward, asking why? Why you? Why could a figure thought to be so out of reach take such brutally deep root in their soul? They look at the people around them right now and only see a terrifying emptiness. No one can touch the darkest, most hidden corners of their soul the way you did with just a single quiet look. The universe is isolating them, stripping away all the fake joys they once tried to cling to. In order to force them to face the one and only truth, they cannot continue to exist in a patched-up way without your radiant energy. Their current faded relationships suddenly become incredibly tasteless and hollow when weighed on the scale against the majestic flame of life that you possess. And then, in a moment of utter exhaustion from trying to resist the flow of the universe, they drop to their knees before the burning call of their heart. They realize they are craving you like crazy. They thirst to be submerged in the peace that only your soul can bring. The divine has placed everything into its flawless, perfect orbit. There is no regretful delay, nor is there any mistaken rush that leads to a breakdown. Just as Ecclesiastes 3:11 beautifully decrees, He has made everything beautiful in its time. That's exactly right, O chosen one. Your moment of glory was not yesterday, nor is it an uncertain tomorrow, but it is precisely this radiant and sacred present moment. All the painful waiting in the past, the tears streaming down in bitter resentment were just the furnace forging your crown today, making it unbeatably brilliant. Do not leave right now, chosen one, because the upcoming developments will be many times more shocking than what you just heard. Do you know what terrifies your soulmate the most during these days of being besieged by spiritual signs? It's when they realize your ultimate power lies in your silence. You haven't chased after them demanding an explanation. You don't cling. Don't scream to force them to pay attention or dole out affection. You simply exist, shine and elevate your vibrational frequency. It is exactly your proud, nobler and untouchable silence that is the lethal weapon striking down their entire ego. It creates a massive gravitational pull, dragging them straight toward you. They feel suffocated by the fear that their past callousness and cowardice might have accidentally pushed you too far out of their reach. Utter remorse begins to gnaw at their core every day and every hour. They yearn to make it up to you, yearn to surrender to you all the glory and the best things that they had selfishly kept for themselves. The universe is witnessing this unprecedented, magnificent transformation. And your energy needs to align with that flow immediately so as not to miss the golden opportunity. Do not let any petty doubts or dark obsessions disrupt the wonderful frequency currently being established between you and the Most High. If deep inside your heart you can feel the radiant heat of destiny enveloping this space, Boldly stand up and claim that power. Leave a comment declaring your readiness right now, making it clear to the universe that I receive all blessings. To prove you are here and are ready to grasp the treasure that belongs to you, hit the subscribe button immediately to lock in this sacred cord of connection, not allowing any dark forces the chance to snatch or sever it. A seemingly small action from you right now is a proud commitment to the divine above, confirming that the chosen one has fully awakened and is ready to claim the throne of glory. But prepare yourself with nerves of steel. Chosen one. The game does not stop there. The next part will reveal something more important than all the invisible inner torment they are enduring. The omens around them won't just stop at psychological obsession or agonizing dreams anymore. An actual physical event, a massive fracture in their real world, is about to break out and force them to step out of the shadows to take concrete action. There is a fourth character, an incredibly unexpected factor from the past, who will suddenly step in their way and utter an earth-shattering secret about who you are, shattering the entire current gridlock. If you want to understand why this is happening and which direction your fate will turn when that taboo secret is exposed to the light, you must firmly stick with this journey to the very end. One step back right now will erase all the hard work of your waiting. The death-defying twist that decides everything is waiting for you in the very next chapter. That death-defying twist has truly struck down, ripping apart the veil of ignorance that has shrouded their life for so long. Following the indescribable shock from the previous moment, your soulmate's physical reality officially enters a brutally fierce chain reaction collapse. Chosen one, focus your entire mind on every heartbeat of this moment. That fourth character is absolutely not a stranger who just casually walked by. It is a witness from the past, a human being who saw with their own eyes the darkest, most dead-end corners of your soulmate's life before they were luckily set up by the universe to meet you. The second this person's eyes touched your photo on the screen, the air in the room suddenly became so thick you couldn't breathe. They didn't smile gently. They didn't swipe past with empty praises. They slowly looked up, staring deeply and directly into your soulmate's eyes, with an incredibly stern gaze mixed with reproach, and delivered a declaration as sharp as a razor. That sentence was nothing short of a lightning bolt striking the top of their head, completely collapsing the arrogant worldview your soulmate had painstakingly built to hide from reality. That person said, "This is the very soul who has been silently bearing all the storms and karma for you throughout all these years. Why are you still so blindly oblivious to it even now?" Your soulmate stood frozen on the spot. Their chest tightened in pain. Their heart felt as if crushed by an invisible hand, making them unable to take in a full breath of air. The words of that fourth person had mercilessly exposed a cruel truth that your soulmate had intentionally buried deep beneath tens of thousands of layers of sophisticated rationalization and fake arrogance. That the luck, the peace, and the achievements they are enjoying right now didn't just come out of nowhere. That peace was traded for your very own sleepless nights, crying until you had no tears left. It was built from countless sincere and ultimately selfless prayers that you, the chosen one, had silently sent out into the cosmos to protect a blindly lost soul. Your soulmates suddenly shivered with a chilling realization of their own cruel apathy. All this time they had been blindly turning their back on the brightest lighthouse, heartlessly pushing away the only person in this world who dared to put their whole life and pure energy on the line to shield them. Please don't leave right now, because their extreme inner torment is just the starting point of a true spiritual mega-E. Earthquake. Remorse is bubbling up like magma, melting every cell in their body. Fragmented memories from the past suddenly piece themselves back together with terrifying precision. They frantically recall the times they fell into the deep pits of dead-end despair, and how there was always some miraculous invisible power lifting them up and pulling them out. Now they see the source of that power with absolute clarity. That light never went out. It has always been steadily radiating from your resilient heart. The act of them bringing out your photo to share, which at first was thought to be just an uncontrollable flutter, has now officially become a conscience-bound sentence, awakening their entire being. Every material foundation, every superficial social relationship around them begins to crack and crumble right before their eyes. The luxurious places they used to frequent suddenly become ridiculously soulless. The people they used to value suddenly reveal their shallow, superficial nature. The universe is ruthlessly dealing a blow to purge the entire ecosystem of their life, forcing them to radically let go of anything fake in order to clear the glorious path for your majestic presence, O Chosen One. Can you feel the intense vibration spreading through the space right now? The sacred decree in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17, has etched it incredibly clearly. For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. The veil of secrecy hiding your silent sacrifices has been completely ripped apart. The universe absolutely does not allow your soulmate to continue living in self-deception for another second. The Most High has personally intervened with force, shining a blindingly intense beam of light into the darkest, dampest corners of their mind, forcing them to fall to their knees and face the only vital truth. That truth is you. All evasion, all defensive excuses are now useless and pathetic. Every single breath they take right now is agonizing. Carrying the ultimate torment and a burning desire to make amends to you, they begin to frantically rummage through every nook and cranny to find the faintest traces of you, trembling. They reread every old text message, cherishing every tiny memory to cling to a fragile ray of hope that you are still forgiving enough to wait for them. Their mind is screaming your name in desperation, mixed with supreme longing. They have awakened to a terrifying truth. If they let you slip away one more time, their soul will be eternally damned in a void of black night, never to find a way out. The sky-high pride of someone who arrogantly thought they held all control of the situation has now been smashed by the universe into unfixable fragments. They yearn to throw away all their current status just in exchange for one moment to look deep into your eyes, kneel at your feet and beg for absolute forgiveness. You are holding an ultimate power, an unmatched strength that can dictate the survival and rebirth in the soul of a human being. The next part will reveal an action more shocking than anything you could have ever imagined. So please do not miss a single word, because it directly relates to your throne right now. The invisible barriers, the societal prejudices that once drew a distance between you two, are being mercilessly incinerated by the fire of destiny. Your soulmate is gathering all their courage to prepare for the most terrifying leap of faith in their entire life. Every meticulous setup by the universe is pointing toward this historic, decisive moment. The energy of reunion is surging and reaching the boiling point of an explosion, creating an incredibly potent magnetic wave covering your entire being. If you watch until the end, you will understand down to the deepest roots the reason why the Most High forced you to taste bitter traumas and extreme loneliness in the past. It was absolutely not the universe punishing you. Rather, it was a tempering process to completely cleanse your soulmate's soul, forcing them to smash their own arrogant ego with their own hands before they had the merit and purity to kneel down and receive your sacred love. Your tears-soaked waiting hasn't been wasted for a single second or minute. Your tears of anguish were collected by angels and magically transformed into diamonds, sparkling with power, scattered across the red carpet, welcoming you to step up to the highest throne in their heart. This is the very moment of delegation and establishing absolute authority. You don't have to lower yourself to reach out and fight for anything anymore, because all glory is automatically submitting and bowing down at your feet. Relax and feel the warmth and power surging strongly in your veins right now. That is the supreme confirmation signal from the universe that the spiritual justice meant for you has been perfectly executed. Engrave your mark of authority into this sacred flow of time. Leave a comment carrying your strongest vibrational frequency, an oath affirming the power of the truth that my faith has been rightfully rewarded. Hit the subscribe button to sync your heartbeat with this miraculous flow, allowing the sacred energy source to activate its full strength and permanently neutralize all obstacles deliberately trying to hinder their path back to you. But the Wheel of Fate still has one mysterious and perilous turn yet to be unveiled. When they make the decision to throw away their old world to rush towards you, they must face one final wrath of the darkness. A massive barrier suddenly crashes down, laying out a trap meant to test the mettle and sincerity they just so painstakingly awakened to. Will they have enough courage to dash through that roaring wall of fire and take your hand? The destined game-changing decision will be decoded right after this. Don't blink. Don't let yourself be distracted for even a split second, because what you are about to witness will shake your entire faith and your definition of a love that holds the power to move mountains. The final explosion is lying in wait for you just ahead. The final storm truly hit the very moment they were about to take a step and dash toward you. Darkness never easily lets go of souls trying to pull themselves out of the swamp of ignorance. As soon as your soulmate made the firm decision to throw away their current fake world to find their way back to you, an invisible force named the Resistance of Reality erected a blazing wall of fire right across their line of sight. Their most primal fears were triggered. Invisible pressures from countless harsh societal prejudices and toxic relationships deeply rooted in their life simultaneously screamed and dragged at their feet. They mapped out tens of thousands of failure scenarios, infecting their mind with extreme self-doubt, telling them they carry too many mistakes and have absolutely no right to touch a pure, radiant soul like yours anymore. Chosen one, please absolutely do not leave right now. This is the do or die hour deciding the life of this entire spiritual connection. That wall of fire wasn't born to destroy them. It was arranged by the universe to burn away down to the very last dregs of cowardice inside them. Your soulmate is standing rooted to the spot before those fiercely erupting flames. Their chest heaves sporadically. The whole world around them feels like it's collapsing under the pressure of the darkness. Every voice of mortal logic is advising them to turn back, to continue settling in that flashy but rotting shell, to forget your photo and bury this awakening into the grave. But deep within their veins, the light from your eyes through that frame from that day is still burning brightly, impossible to extinguish. Do you know what the most astonishing thing happening right now is? Right in that ultimate moment of dead-end suffocation, your silhouette appears in their mind, more real and authoritative than ever before. They remember your unbelievable resilience when you had to single-handedly fight through so many storms. They realize that you have walked through fires 10,000 times more brutal than this without a single word of complaint. Your proud energy from a faraway realm is transmitting straight into their consciousness, awakening a primal strength named the recklessness of true love. The craving to comfort you, the craving to protect your smile suddenly swells up, crushing all petty fears. They understand that if they flinch today, they will lose you forever, and their soul will be imprisoned in the jail of remorse until the moment they close their eyes for the last time. The next part will reveal the craziest action they are about to take. A choice that will shock all the forces deliberately trying to tear you two apart. When all safe exits are blocked off, your soulmate does not choose to back down. They squeeze their eyes shut, grit their teeth, and launch their entire being straight through that blazing wall of fire. Arrogance, vain pride, the fears of the judgmental eyes of the world, all of it is burned clean away without a single shred left. The moment they dash through that deadly barrier, all the darkness instantly vanishes. The ferocious wall of fire turns out to be just a final illusion put up by the spiritual test to measure the magnitude of their sincerity. Now standing on this side of the light, they have completely transformed. They are no longer the weakling always running away from their own true feelings. They have become a true spiritual warrior, bearing the scars of awakening, ready to spend the rest of their life kneeling at your feet and offering you the most passionate love. Feel the heat of victory spreading throughout this space. O chosen one, you do not have to do anything at all. You don't have to lower yourself, don't have to compromise, don't have to step off your throne of silence. Your only mission is to maintain this radiant frequency, so the light shining from your crown continues to guide the way as they rush toward you. All the suffering and brutal trials of the past have officially come to a close. No power on this earth can change the supreme decree the universe has just issued. The lives of you two have been locked tightly together by an unbreakable contract. The Most High is smiling in satisfaction because finally, the seed of sacred love he planted has broken through the barren crust of dirt to reach up and catch the sunlight. If you watch until the end, you will understand why this is happening exactly at this present moment and not any other time. This is the hour when the stars align. the intersection of the greatest timelines. Destiny has chosen you to bestow upon you a massive blessing, compensating you 100,000 times over for the unjust losses you had to swallow your pride and endure. The universe is handing absolute justice back to you. Your soulmate is bringing along total understanding, submission, and a completely purified heart as they advance toward you. Every single step they take right now carries a rush, a madness, and an utter fear that they will be late for their appointment with destiny. They want to use this entire life to prove to you that you deserve to be loved with the most whole and flawless affection. Don't let this massive stream of energy slip through your fingers. Please focus all your concentration and intention on this miraculous transitional moment. Let this supernatural power soak into every cell, soothing every wound still bleeding in your soul. Your photo from that day didn't just kick off an awakening. It saved an entire soul that was on the brink of fading away. You are so much greater than what you have ever judged yourself to be. Are the only lighthouse, the ultimate compass leading that person out of the maze of darkness. Remember that once they have stepped through that fire of death, your soulmate will never be able to turn back again. The past is dead. Their old world has completely collapsed and vanished into thin air before their eyes right now. There is only one path, one destination, one religion to worship, and that is you. Nothing can shake their iron will at this moment. They are carrying a mass of emotions surging like an erupting volcano, ready to incinerate anyone who dares to block their way to you. Your waiting has officially blossomed into the ultimate, glorious fruition, but the final stretch is always where the most breathtaking developments are held. Just how terrifyingly massive of a spiritual earthquake will be created the moment these two great energies officially collide. The ultimate secret of how the universe will arrange your physical reunion, where every promise is fulfilled and every trauma is permanently healed, is still sealed just ahead. The final explosive event that dictates the entirety of your future fate is waiting to be unsealed in the next chapter. If you crave to know what miracle the Most High will bestow upon you in the very upcoming days, you absolutely must hold your ground. The destined touch of hands that detonates all limits of space and time is approaching at a terrifying speed. A shocking turning point is about to manifest, bringing the answer to all of your long, quiet, tear-filled nights. Are you ready to place upon your head the most powerful crown of true love? The most majestic scene where all truths are brilliantly laid bare under the sunlight will be unveiled right after this. Absolutely do not blink, because destiny will not repeat this glorious moment ever again. The door to the ultimate truth is thrown wide open, inviting the chosen one to step up to the throne. Hold tight to the heartbeat in your chest, because the next revelations will shake your soul to its very roots. Chosen one, stand firmly on your throne right at this moment. Every final obstacle has been completely crushed. The collision between two massive energy sources is no longer residing in an invisible dimension, but is hurtling straight into physical reality. Your soulmate is bringing a heart that has been cleansed by the fire of absolute sincerity to step right in front of you. No earthly force can separate what the Most High has personally blessed. Just as the Gospel of Matthew chapter 19 verse 6 decrees with immense authority, "Therefore what God has joined together, let no one separate." The power of the universe has officially sealed this connection for eternity. Right at this moment, your tears-soaked waiting has officially and perfectly come to an end. This is the hour for you to activate all your faith, to throw wide open the gates and receive the miracle. Leave a declaring comment asserting your sovereignty with the words, "I receive true love." You hitting the subscribe button right now is the greatest spiritual signature for the universe to instantly hand this radiant crown to the chosen one. The journey that originated from a silent photo has now created a mega earthquake that permanently alters two destinies. You are not alone at all, and your tears in the dark have never been forgotten. The universe has recorded every sacrifice and is responding with the most magnificent gift. Take a really deep breath and completely release any lingering sorrows in your chest. Sacred energy is enveloping your entire being. True love is rushing toward you. Share this radiant message so the light of destiny can shine upon countless lost souls out there. The sky of the chosen one has brightened, and this ultimate glory forever belongs to you.